Oh, Laker fans. Oh, Laker fans. All right, I'm going to give people a second here to get in, join the chat, and we'll get started. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. What a weird, what a weird game for the Los Angeles Lakers this afternoon against the Chicago Bulls. I definitely was not predicting this, so I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. I'll spend a little time. We'll talk about the game, about Braun's return, about Anthony Davis, about Patrick Beverly giving LeBron too small in the post up when he's posting him up towards the end of the game. Not really posting him up, but anyways, it's Patrick Beverly being Patrick Beverly. And then look forward to the schedule a little bit. We'll take at the NBA standings as well. Okay, so Lake fans, I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. If you can please subscribe to the channel as well. Lakers lose to the Chicago Bulls 118 to 108. Lakers lose to the Bulls 118 to 108. Now, I talked a little bit about in the pregame show. Chicago had been playing better basketball, so it's not like it was a complete surprise, but for me, I think it just comes down more to okay, it's up to the Lakers to take care of business. Plus, you're at home. Plus, you got two games in a row against the Chicago Bulls. Okay, you probably split the games. Lakers take one here, Chicago takes one there. You lose the first one, and now you're in jeopardy of losing this next one in Chicago just because you know this game's going to be, definitely hyped and everything else. It's a big game for the Bulls. It's a big win for the Bulls. Now, Chicago had won 6 of their last 8. They had beat Denver. They had beat the Timberwolves. They had beat the Heat. They had beat Philly. They had beat the Blazers. Now the Lakers as well. Lost the game by 3 of the Sacramento Kings. So they're playing good basketball. They've won 7 of 9 now. I just thought, from a Laker perspective, I just expected more desperation from the Los Angeles Lakers, but that was not the case this afternoon. And every single time we start feeling a certain way about the Lakers, they take a step back. So this was a chance in a 5-game homestand to go 4-1 with your only loss, a bad loss, because you lost to the Dallas Mavericks in a buzzer beater about week and a half ago or so. With that being the only loss on your schedule, and you're back at 500, a chance to go over 500, and instead the Lakers go the other way with just 7 games left to go. Okay, a couple things stood out in this game. First off, it's not enough defense. I hear all these compliments about how well the Chicago Bulls shot from the field. They're not wrong. They shot 54% from the field, but Lakers shot 51%. Bulls hit 14 threes, Lakers hit 13. So it's not like there's a huge discrepancy right there. Granted, the Bulls took 5 less threes, so their percentage was better. Free throws, Lakers got to the free throw line 28 times. Here's the problem. They missed 9 of them, 19 of 28 from the free throw line. Bulls only got there 13 times. So a huge advantage for the Lakers from that perspective. Here's another stat that, tells a little bit of the story of the game. 18 to 9 were the turnovers. Lakers had twice the amount of turnovers than the Chicago Bulls, and points off of turnovers 34 to 16 advantage Chicago. Fast breaks 15 to 5 advantage Chicago. Chicago even won points in the paint battle, and that's with the Lakers having Anthony Davis on this team. So, for those who are saying, "Oh, well, it's because the Chicago Bulls shot well," yeah, they shot well. They did. Not enough defense from the Lakers, but the Lakers shot well. Took 15 more free throws than the Chicago Bulls, and somehow found a way to still make this pretty much a double-digit loss the entire way, and they end up losing by 10. Bulls were basically up between, didn't it seem like, 10 to about 18 the entire game. It was just kind of going back and forth, but it was never really a threat that the Bulls were going to lose this game. And very, very sloppy for the Lakers with 18 turnovers. Individual performances, I mean, there's a couple things stand out, but I'm going to go back to the turnovers, and I'm going to go back to not enough defense. Anthony Davis had one of those days. He has these games way too often where in this game this afternoon only took 8 shots. If Anthony Davis is going to take 8 shots, he better have got to the free throw line 12 to 16 times, right? Like, okay, hey, he only took 8 shots, but that's because he was living at the free throw line the whole time. But he wasn't. Only took 6 free throws, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Ended up with 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. So right out the gate, you want Anthony Davis to set the tone. That didn't happen. And I don't know how much this was because LeBron came back. I don't know if the Lakers just kind of took their foot off the gas. We're starting to feel themselves for a quick second. We're looking at the standings, and you saw that, wow, they're so close to be a part of the top six. They're not even going to have to worry about the playing tournament. And at least for this game, um, you took your foot off the gas at the wrong time against a Chicago Bulls team that's not only playing well, are desperate to be a part of the top 10. They still have a chance at 8 and 9, so they're trying to work their way up in those standings. And the Lakers, by the time things got, in the first half, they were down 20, cut it all the way down to 8. I thought they were lucky to only be down 8 at halftime, and then still got outscored by, I want to say, 5 in that third quarter. And ultimately, whatever run the Lakers made, the Chicago Bulls had an answer back. So, Bron in his first game back, I'm going to get into Bron in just a second. I think Bron deserves a little bit longer of a conversation on the LeBron James front. Let's see what we got here. We're lucky Dallas and Jazz decided to tank. You could be right there. Not going to help the Lakers in any stretch. I'm going to sneeze at some point. Yeah, but I'm not even looking at the Mavs and the Jazz at this point. I know Dallas lost 2 in a row to Charlotte. Luka's going to be missing another game because he got 16 technical fouls now, so he's out for a game. But that makes no sense that they're falling apart the way they are. What's up, Sleep? Post game after the post game. Thank you for being a part of the show, buddy. I blame this game on Sliwa. I got to be honest with you. I kind of blame this game on Sliwa too. By the way, anytime you say anything about San Diego State University, you're probably going to get in the chat just because SDSU is in the final freaking 4. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'll tell a little bit of the story about what happened there. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Sliwa needs to guard Pat Bev. He's too small, bro. He's too small. Pat Bev can't. I got a size advantage over him. It's not going to happen. I'm going to be like this coming up the floor. I'm already going to have the signal that he's too small. Ultimate disrespect right there. All right, Alan, why did Beasley not get taken out after such bad shooting early on? I feel he's not earned the trust from 3 yet. Give Rui a chance. Aloha. Jean, I appreciate you if I pronounce that right. I appreciate you, obviously with the chat and the super chat here. Listen, for me, there's nothing Malik Beasley has done for me personally to assure him 30 minutes a game or something along those lines. He's just too inconsistent. If he's having a day where in the first half he's already got 4 or 5 threes and he's feeling it, different story. But ended up with 18 points, but a lot of that was kind of coming at the end where the game didn't really matter. He took 14 3-pointers. He took 14 shots. He took 14 3-pointers. God bless Malik Beasley and God bless the Lakers coaching staff who wants him to have the green light. I don't know. I just the game was over, so that's why a lot of those shots were coming up. But I have not been sold on Beasley to say, yeah, he's got the complete green light. Take as many shots as you want. That's my personal opinion. The Rui thing is interesting. The Rui thing is hard hitting, no excuses. I agree. The Rui not getting any PT at all. I think anytime you're trying to find solutions. I don't know if Rui should have been the guy that doesn't get any playing time. That was a little bit of a surprise. Let's see what else we got here. Lakers blew a good chance today, Al, don't you think? Of course. No, all these games. Listen, you only get so many games. They only got 2 games left at home. They're going to go on a 5-game road trip. Anything can happen in these road games. I'm still going to get to LeBron in a second. I'll explain, a little bit more from that perspective. But no question about it, they blow an opportunity. And this isn't the game that I thought they'd be blowing. I'm a little late on this one. Got some bless yous in the house. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. For everybody who did not say bless you, I don't even want to hear from you the rest of the day. The rest of this chat, I don't even want to hear a word from you. Sliwa 4-0 with the sneeze. It's true. That's a stat that we're keeping notice here. All right, somebody's talking about this game going on, Miami, Texas. Yeah, it's going on right now. 79 all with a minute left to go. So just a really, really good game. This is similar to the San Diego State game, which was so close as well. But San Diego State won by one. Don't you guys worry. San Diego State won by one. I got a story for everybody on that in a little bit here. Um, even with life after Westbrook, we're still turning the ball over recklessly. True, 18 turnovers. Ugly basketball today in another one of these games where you look at and say, okay, hey, this is as crucial as it gets. At least they beat the Thunder because the Thunder gave them the tiebreaker. If you said, hey, you're going to get one of these losses over the weekend, I would have took this loss. But when you got the Thunder, I thought we'd be okay to at least get this game as well. Um, okay, so let me get real quick into the LeBron James thing. The LBJ stuff, well, that happened fast. Yesterday, I didn't even actually notice it yesterday, but they sent out the status report that he was doubtful. They didn't say he's out. They said it was doubtful. And then today I saw it where it said it was questionable. Questionable that LeBron James may play and that they were going to wait for him to warm up in pregame. Pregame, I'm doing the pregame show, and Michael's like, I think he's going to play. If he's moving up this fast in the status report, and we were watching him warm up during the pregame show, and he looked good. Didn't look like there was any movement that was holding him, but of course it's just pregame, and he's basically just shooting around with nobody defending him. Then anything can happen once the game starts. But then they gave him the green light to go. So LeBron comes in the game, comes in off the bench, plays 30 minutes, 6 of 11 from the field, 19 points, had 8 rebounds, had 5 of those Lakers turnovers. Austin Reeves had 5 of those turnovers as well. So there's 10 turnovers between the two teams. Watching this Miami game, 81-79. All right. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I don't care. Connecticut's probably coming out of whoever wins this game. So I think with that, I think just kind of watching personally how quick LeBron, the decision came for him to go, and then he ends up with the 19 points. It's obviously really good news that LeBron is back, and you could tell that it's going to take a second for everybody to kind of get accustomed to it. It's LeBron, it's not any other player. So now the question is going to be, what are the Lakers going to do from here? How are they going to? LeBron's going to end up coming back to the starting lineup. Who comes out of the starting lineup? How are they going to kind of work on their rotation? So still figuring out a lot with 7 games left to go. I just hated the Lakers' energy tonight. That's it. That's what did it for me. Braun said something post game that is definitely of concern with his injury. That he say tore a tendon in his foot. So he's trying to recover from that, and that the big question is going to be tomorrow when he wakes up in the morning and tries to put pressure on his foot. How's it feeling? What's that pain tolerance going to be? How is he going to be feeling when that's all said and done? That's going to be everything on how LeBron James feels moving forward. So I thought the Braun stuff kind of came out of nowhere. It was a little bit of a surprise, but at the same time, it was good to see that you got 7, 8 games with LeBron James now to kind of figure stuff out before you get to the playoffs. Just wasn't expecting it to come off an L. Let's see what else we got here. Caruso, man, he's a defensive force. Of course, he had a good game. I can't lie. He's a great player. Love me some Alex Caruso. I don't think there's any Laker fan out there that doesn't look at Alex Caruso and don't love what he brings to the table. AD goes back to his old sorry. So old sorry ass when LeBron comes back, goes back to his beta role. Well, if there was ever a moment in this game where Anthony Davis thought, hey, I'm good to go, I don't have to, be the man in this one, he's wrong. LeBron just missed 13 games. He was out for a month. It still should run through Anthony Davis, and he shouldn't have games where he's taken 8 shots. So there's no other way to put it. We need a big man Bomba status. So the latest on that, we don't really have too many updates on him. He was supposed to get reevaluated when his injury happened. He'll be reevaluated in 4 weeks. That was on March 9th, which means April 9th. That's the final game of the regular season for the Lakers. So if that means he's not going to get reevaluated until then, that means there's a good chance we won't see Mo Bamba the rest of the way. I love Vando, but he keeps getting team highs and negatives plus minus. Yeah, Vando is minus 27. Wow, I didn't even notice it was that bad today. A lot of these guys are really up and down. Malik Beasley, I think Vanderbilt, I think I like about him is that he's, hey, I'm here to play defense. I'm going to play defense, and then we call it a day. That's what he's going to do. So I always give him love for that. But I think ultimately, um, there's just ups and downs, I think, with these players. Rui's up and down, Beasley's up and down, Vando's up and down. D'Angelo's missed a lot of time. D'Angelo's missed 2 games in a row, 2 critical games this weekend. D'Angelo not there for both of them. That's incredibly, incredibly disappointing. Um, okay, let me see here if we got another one. Okay. So I would disagree with this one a little bit here. Juan says whoever's complaining about AD, Ham calls the plays, and LeBron has to take it upon himself to get AD involved. Juan, we just see it too much, and I think you got to understand something. This isn't, the first time it's ever happened where AD is not involved enough, or isn't demanding the ball enough, or not getting to the free throw line enough. I think sometimes you could put it on the coaching staff, but I think AD just has a tendency to not, be engaged for 48 minutes. So I can't fully agree with that, that one or that comment. Um, okay. NBA standings. Let's take a quick look here. And there are some, let's see the NBA scores right now. I want to see what time these other games are on. So Dallas is in a complete free fall. They already lost to the Charlotte Hornets earlier today. Um, the other games that matter for the Lakers, pay attention to the Thunder and the Blazers game. That's going on right now. Blazers up early 14-9. Also pay attention to Timberwolves and the Warriors later. I'm not 100% sure who I want in Timberwolves Warriors. I think either team losing is helpful to the Lakers. So, you know, I guess it's up to you to pick which team that you want to see lose. But that game will go on a little bit later. Yeah, Mavs are in a complete free fall. I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but they look awful. So what this means in the standings is, at least for right now, Lakers are ninth in the Western Conference. So they fall back a spot. Timberwolves move back in front of them. So either the Timberwolves will have the same record as the Lakers when the night's all said and done, or they will fall a spot and still be in front of the Lakers, but be tied with the Lakers. And that's the only thing that can really change. The Warriors, we know that game, what could eventually happen. And then the Thunder will either have the same record as the Lakers or fall back a spot as well and be tied with the Dallas Mavericks. So still a lot of movement for tonight. Lakers obviously screw up on their opportunity to get a game over 500. So they're back a game below 500 just when we all kind of started looking forward to what the heck, to the Lakers getting a little bit closer to, kind of continuing to build that momentum. Okay. Let me see here what we got. Let me see what we got here. Got a couple people saying just, no excuses for the Lakers tonight. I'm with you guys. No excuses. Okay. I want to just preview what we got coming up here for the Lakers, and then I got a quick story to tell, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. So this is what we got from for the next 7 games left on the season. You guys know where we are in the standings. The next one is at Chicago and at Minnesota. Both of those games on the road. I'll take a split. Can we split those two? I'd rather win the game at Minnesota. That's, more critical for the standings there. I'd be surprised if they went 2-0 to start the road trip. I think those are 2 really tough games. Anthony Edwards could be back tonight, so he's on his way back. And obviously we got the Chicago Bulls that we've already seen. They've won 7 of their last 9 games. They're feeling good about themselves, and they just beat the Lakers. So why wouldn't they be feeling good about themselves? But in this, or for the schedule right now, 7 games left. 5 of those are going to be on the road. Now it's not the toughest games, but let me give you an idea. I think the Chicago, Minnesota games, both those fan bases, they got something to play for, and they're going to be ready for both of those games. So those are going to be 2 tough road games. Then home against Houston. I'm sorry. On the road against Houston, on the road against the Utah Jazz, who I think have no interest of, obviously competing here. And then a Clippers home game coming up a week from Wednesday. After that, Phoenix and Utah close out the season. So, again, it's not the most difficult schedule left, but there's some games out there that are definitely going to be incredibly difficult, and there's no guarantee that the Lakers are going to win some of those games. Specifically, those first 2 on the road, I think, are going to be really tough. Lakers got some work to do on this road trip, And, we'll keep kind of scoreboard watching and seeing what some of the other teams are doing. Okay, so as you guys know, may not know, today was a wild day. Wild day. So when I started the pregame show, quick little story, then we get the hell out of here. When I started the pregame show, um, uh, San Diego State was about to start their game. So we started 11 a.m. San Diego State started 11:20 was their game. So right when the pregame show ended, by the time the pregame show ended, which is around 12:10, halftime hit, and I'm like, all right, I got to watch some of this game. Very, very stressful. And the same time, we got monitors right next to us. At the same time, the Laker game is going on. By the way, Lakers start getting their asses kicked in the game. The SDSU game is going on. And I was all over the place, all over the place. The game was a 1-point win by San Diego State. So literally, as the Laker game is going on, here is San Diego State with a chance to go to the Final Four. They've never been to the Final Four. Those of you guys know, I went to San Diego State. I'm from San Diego. I mean, I have an incredible amount of love for SD. I want to see them succeed as much as possible. That was incredibly stressful. However, SDSU in the Final Four. So very, very excited and happy about that. Disappointed that the Los Angeles Lakers couldn't make it a clean sweep over the weekend. I thought they should have. As Wilson is saying, played awful today. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you on that one. And they have they have really, really put themselves in a tough position here. But that's kind of been the Los Angeles Lakers all season long. Imagine SCSU all the way. I don't even know what to do with that. I can't even. That doesn't even register. Let them go and get one more win, and then they could figure it out after that if they could get to the NBA Finals. I'm sorry, get to the college basketball, get to the national championship game. Okay, Laker fans, I think that's all I got here. I think at this point, Lakers got some work to do. They definitely got to figure some stuff out, and they're going to have to do it out on the road. And let's see what kind of position they can put themselves in. I still think they're going to be fine to make the playing tournament, but I think you had for a quick second, you had an opportunity potentially to get out of the playing tournament, and I think they took a big step back in that one. All right, Lake fans, appreciate you guys tuning in. I got Lakers Talk tomorrow. When I'm done with Lakers Talk on radio, I'll throw it up here on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. It takes 2 seconds. It means a lot. I would really appreciate it. Thanks, Laker fans. Have a good rest of your night.